I'm about to get some dirty laundry, dirty laundry. I got some tea for ya, for ya. You know I got it, and I'ma lay it on ya, I'ma lay it on ya in the future.
This is a funny story. Cute, kind of cute for me, but it wasn't for one of my best friends. My buddy Jerry. We went to a club called the Ad Lib in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, right by my college, Marquette University. We went there for a couple beers, and we didn't know what kind of club it was. We walked in, and it appears that there were strippers, but they really weren't strippers. They were girls dancing on stage, beautiful girls. And when I tell you beautiful, I mean gorgeous. So I met this one girl, and her stage name was Miss Fancy. She was from Canada. She was French-Canadian. Drop dead gorgeous. So I met her, and we had a couple beers together, and remember, I'm in college. I don't have any money. I don't have anything, but I'm just out for fun, and she knows it. And I was all over her. She was all over me. We had the time of our lives. Well, the next thing you know is we went back. My friend and I went back a couple days later, and I see her again, and we start talking, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm totally in love with this girl. Well, before you know it, she ends up back in my apartment. We had the time of our lives. So, you know what happens back in an apartment when you're in college? Of course, we fucked, okay? We just had a great time, and we just fucked. So she says to me, bring your friend Jerry down. I want to introduce him to a friend of mine. I said, okay, great. So I said to Jerry, hey, Jerry, I said, my girl wants to introduce you to one of her friends at the club. And he's like, oh, great, I love the idea. I said, great. So we go back to the club, and we're drinking, and I'm with Fancy, and Fancy introduces my friend Jerry to a friend of hers. Well, the next thing you know is we're drinking, we're having a grand old time. Well, next thing you know is I say to Fancy, come on, let's all go back to my place. And Jerry and I are drunk. We are very drunk. And she says something to Jerry, and Jerry goes, don't worry about it. I don't know what she said. I had no idea what she said. And all I kept hearing Jerry say, don't worry about it, I'm fine. And I never asked. We go back to my apartment. I have this big, giant California king waterbed. The four of us on the bed. And I start kissing Fancy, and I'm having the time of my life. I've got her boobs in my hands, and I'm having the time of my life. And Jerry starts kissing his new date, and they're kissing, and they're having a great time, da-da-da. And I put my hand into her pussy, and the next thing you know is she's loving it. She's, oh, Rick, I'm crazy about you. And then all of a sudden I look at Jerry, and Jerry's having more fun than me. He's like, oh, I'm having the time of my life. Remember, we're both drunk, and all of a sudden he goes, screams, ah! And I look, I said, what? He goes, she's got a dick. And I go, she's got a what? She's got a dick. And Fancy looks at me and goes, I told him 10 times that she has a dick. And he kept saying, don't worry about it. I said, oh, that's what you were telling him? Make a long story short, Jerry ran out of my apartment like there was no tomorrow. Fancy was laughing. The girl or the guy that he was with wasn't thrilled, but kind of chuckled. And me, I was hysterical. Welcome to Rick Sykes' world, the world